Hebrew Israelites. We come out here to wake up Jacob, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, for Hashem, Yahushai, for Harakakadash. And double honors to the elders that rule and teach well from the house of David. Shalom to the sisters that are diligently listening to their husbands, obeying their husbands, and if not, listening to their fathers and mothers at home, being ambassadors for Israel, and being a sign and shining so that you can be an example for the daughters of Zion. Right. And to the young children out there that are obeying their fathers and mothers, Shabbat Shalom as well. And the men building themselves up in the spirit and the hope for the elect. Shabbat Shalom.
So yeah, what's it? Yeah, there's been flash floods that hit Rwanda. Yeah, killing more than 100 people. Yeah, flooding triggered by torrential rains caused immense suffering in several districts in Rwanda's western province, Rubavu district. And then there's been, at least 176 people have been killed in flash floods in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. A regional officer says torrential rain in South Kivu province caused a river to overflow and led to significant damage and loss of life in the villages of Bushahu and Nyamakubi. Basically, the government are saying. So yeah, there's been a few flash floods in Africa. So yeah, I mean, bro, if you want to get me a second Ezra 3 and 9, sure. Yeah, come.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 3 and verse 9. And again, in process of time, thou bootest the flood upon those that dwelt in the world and destroyed them.
Yeah, so basically, in the process of time, and that's what we're seeing now, these prophecies coming to pass, like right about now, man. You know, there's been floodings in all different places, you know, and it's that time, man. The Most High is judging that certain parts of Africa now with flooding.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You know, usually in Africa it is like usually the flooding or locusts or famine. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. If you want, you can get Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, it was Wisdom of Solomon.
Isaiah chapter 28 verse 2. Behold, the Yahweh how a mighty and strong one looks as a tempest of hell and a destroying storm as a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hands.
Yeah, come man. So the Most High is giving an overflowing flood, isn't it? Because that's what it said, isn't it? The river is over. Torrential rain caused the river to overflow, and then you know it's caused loss of life, isn't it? The Most High has dealt with certain people in that area, man. You know.
5:20, yeah, right.
Yeah.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 22.
Go on, bring
And
it.
hailstone full of wrath shall be cast as Salakil. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 22. And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of the strong bow, and the waters of the seas shall rage against them, and the floods shall cruelly drown them.
Yeah, man. So, you know, certain places it's been the seas causing tsunamis and that. But then other places it's floods, isn't it? Rivers causing rivers to overflow, man. So that's what we're seeing in Africa right about now.
Can't.
You got something else or you... So yeah, we need to be watchful of these things, man, because this is prophecy. It's not just earthquakes. It's not just uproars of the people. It's wildfires. It's flooding. You know, all these things that the Most High uses. You know, like these spirits of vengeance. You know, he'll stir up the sea. You know, to cause tsunamis. He'll stir up forests to do wildfires. You know, and that's what it says as well. It says there'll be spirits created for vengeance, and this is how the Most High shows His wrath, is by judging, you know, the people and the land even with you know, with His spirits. Okay.
Psalms chapter 18 and verse 10. And he rode upon a cherub and did fly, and he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place, his pavilion round about him, where dark waters and thick clouds of the sky.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so the Most High, with his marvelous works, man, he does all these things, man, with the cherubims, with the chariots, and as the angels and that doing his work, man.
That's right.
Flooding the people,
That's right.
coming out the dark places and things. You know what I mean? Just in an instant, man, just messing them up, man.
That's it. Literally
That's what it says. That's why it even says a thief, as a thief
in the night.
in the night, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like even when it says as well about when it come upon a woman, like sudden
travailing, man.
Yeah, sudden travailing when she's about to give birth, it just comes on her. That's how these judgments are coming on these places, man.
And like the brother said, the most High, this is the book of Job, chapter 37 and verse 5. Yahweh thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend.
Which what?
Which we cannot comprehend.
Like, you know, obviously we have a little understanding, but the world can't comprehend that the Most High, He does these things.
That's right.
You know, they say they believe in a higher power, but yet they don't believe that this same higher power can cause an earthquake to kill 50,000 people.
Knowledge increase.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Go on, bring that.
Yahweh killeth and maketh alive.
Yeah.
He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
Yeah.
Yahweh maketh the poor and maketh the rich.
Yeah.
He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, and sets them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory.
That's right, man. So the Most High does all these things. He kills, He makes alive, He heals, and He breaks, man. You know, that's just the way it is. It's a even balance. You know,
Just wait with the Most High, man. When He's doing His work, and that's the thing with in this world. It's like the brother was saying, everyone believes there's a higher power or a higher being, but they don't reference His works. They only reference His works when it suits them.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like they don't give Him praises for the bad things that happen to them.
Exactly.
Like that's why Job was counted perfect in the eyes of the Most High, because Job he took all he gave the Most High all accountability for the good, the bad, the chastisement, and the bringing down, the bringing low, to the raising back up.
And what happened? He blessed him double.
He blessed him double so.
Yeah, double fold. Yeah, exactly.
Because of he was referencing the Most High, where the world today that we live in, when they do see earthquakes and they do see tornadoes and they do see tsunamis and potholes, sinkholes, all of these things, they just think, oh, it's mother, what they call it, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. They say freak of nature.
Yeah,
they give it to a worldly being, like
They're not insured on that.
not insured, yeah. Like they give it to
Natural disaster.
Yeah, natural disaster.
like they give it to another entity. They don't reference the Most High and say, you know what, Salakia, or forgive me, God, or higher being, that these things happen. You know.
And really, you shouldn't really be insured on it. It's the Most High's judgment.
Can't.
That's
Just
it.
leave it there.
Yeah,
Bring it
that's
close. Bring it close.
it.
This is
That's
how
it.
we do it. You shouldn't even really be thing on that. It's the Most High's judgment. If he wants to mash everything up,
You can bash everything.
how are
up.
you to say, I'm going to pay you back because the Most High done it?
Is
It's
it-
like,
is it-
if a thief done it, that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, go
But
with it.
I was about to say, it's like you building a house, and then I come to your house that you built, and you start mashing it up, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Bro, I can't tell you can't mash your own house up. You built it, you can build it again.
Exactly. That's what it says in Romans 9, isn't it? How can the thing that formed it say,
Yeah, why?
why have you made you dust? Like,
Yeah.
the Most High wanted to break
Is
it
that
down.
what?
And we're bringing out that's what it is, we're in the spirit of prophecy. So we're bringing out the things that the Most High says when he comes, that Isaiah 28 and 2, he's going to stretch out his hand and bring these floods and bring these fermentations. Read that one.
That's right. That's right.
148. That's what I said. Psalms. Cry loud, boys.
Right?
No, Psalms.
Psalms chapter 148, verse 7. Praise the Yahweh from the earth, ye dragons, and all deeps, fire of hail, snow, and vapor, stormy wind, fulfilling his words, mountains, and all hills,
Fruitful trees.
fruit trees, and all cedars,
Bees. And then one more.
beasts,
Yeah. It says bees and all the cattle.
and all the cattle, keeping things, and flying clouds.
So yeah, so that verse, man, is saying everything gives praises to the Most High, man. So that flood, when it was destroying the Hamites, or maybe even Israelites as well, he was saying they were giving praises, man. Imagine the water, you're like, oh, the water feels considerate for my actions. It's not gonna hurt. No, man, the water's saying I'm destroying these wicked guys. All praises to the Most High, man. How about the fowls? The fowls, remember when it says that David killed Goliath, it says, about you're going to make the beast eat me. The Most High is going to make the beast and the fowls and come and eat you, man.
Yeah, that's
And then they, imagine they were eating, they did.
Yeah,
they ate it, man. And then they was giving praises to the Most High, but they were eating
because they got a meal.
the wicked, man.
Yeah.
The foxes that you said, remember? The foxes are going to turn on them all the time.
All the beasts.
All the beasts.
But even like you were saying, that it's the earth as well. Remember, the earth is a living organism. The Most High created the earth. It's living. It's a living organism.
Living for him.
So it's living for the Most High. So what does the nations or the wickedness of the world's done by defiling it with the concrete and everything? You know,
Look at the tree. Look at the tree.
the tree
She's suffering,
there. Look,
suffocating,
It's trying to grow, man.
stunted,
you know.
It's trying to grow, man. Out of the cement, man.
Like, and this is what they did. This is what they're pushing. As much as remember, the Most High gave the land to Adam, yeah, to plow the field.
That's right.
He was meant to be the plower, and then for Israel now, he was meant to be the governors of it. So we're meant to ensure that the Most High's work continues to get praised. But you know, as a nation, we erred not hearing the scriptures and hearing the words. So we did our part of going into captivity, which the Most High did, to set us that low so He can bring us up high again. But He's doing these prophecies.
So this is saying praise ye Yahweh, man. All these things praise ye Yahweh, man. Understand? And before, as the brother said beautifully, we've been covered to look after the things, even the creeping. He said the creeping things, man. So the Most High, He says, save in with Noah, save 7 clean and 2 unclean, right? So now the snail came over. Amari saw the snail, man, and he picked it up and put it over there, man. The slug, was it the slug or the snail? Now these things, because the slug could get easily stepped on this, man. This is not his inhabitants, man. So this is even our children. Yeah. Yeah, even the children, man, have that. It's inside them. It's embedded in them, man. It's Esau's little children, man, that will see the slug and want to crush it, or pull it out of its home, or make it. Let's see if we can make snail slugs, and try and pull the slugs out of the shell. The snails out of the shell to make it. Only Esau thinks something dumb like that, man.
When I was trying to put it up, the shell was almost coming out, and then I said,
You don't want to hurt it. Yeah, see? They ain't considerate for these things, man. Because even the snails praises Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. So how much more the flood and the winds and the snow? The vapors, bro. The vapors are not insignificant, man. According to the Psalms 148, man. Sorry.
No, that's alright. I've got a precept as well. This should be the precept. This should be the precept for the Nazarite news. Straight up, every Nazarite news. Yeah, Zephaniah 3 and verse 5, and it goes into what the Psalms 100 and was it 47, 48. Curve. Zephaniah 3 and verse 5. It says Yahweh, the just Yahweh, is in the midst thereof. So He's in the midst of all these things, the living, like the creatures, the creepy things, the fowls. He will not do iniquity. So whatever He does is righteous. He's not doing anything wrong. Yeah, every morning doth He bring His judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. So every day the Most High is judging this earth, where however He may do it, and there's nothing froward or perverse in it.
In His works.
You know, and He's in the midst of it. You know, so like you brought out in 2 Samuel, is it? Or 1 Samuel 2 and 6.
1 Samuel,
Yeah. The Most High does all things, man. As He says, He purposes it. You know, and it comes to pass.
He's upheld his side of the bargain, and we, do you know what I mean? That's just it.
Don't throw that to Christians. Don't say that to Christians, man. They'll go absolutely haywire. My Lord, He doesn't kill.
Do you know what?
He doesn't do no evil things.
And that's the thing. Like what was just saying. They all believe in a higher power. Like even the Christians, they'll believe in good, but then until the Most High touches one of their loved ones. You get me? When
they say that's the devil.
Yeah.
The devil took him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it just makes it makes no sense, man.
When Satan obeys more than the Christians, man.
That's it. He works for the Most High.
Satan obeys more than you damn Christians, man.
That's right, man. So yeah, like on the next one now. So what's it? After Russia alleged that President Vladimir Putin was targeted by Ukraine in a drone assassination attack, the deputy chairman of the country's Security Council said on Wednesday, called for killing Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky. So after that drone attack on Russia, on the Kremlin, like the actual place where Putin lives, there was a little bomb. It looked fake to me. Not fake, but it looked like that weren't no bomb, man. That didn't do nothing still. Yeah, so it could be like Russia doing it themselves, trying to egg on this tension. But basically they're calling for Zelensky, Ukraine's president, to be killed, basically, because they think that they put a hit out on Putin, basically.
And on top of that, they first said it was Ukraine. Now Putin's saying it's America.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he don't know who done it, but all we know is Putin just wants. He wants war. He wants to
and
go
he
at it.
knows that they're all on the same side, really, anyway. Because Ukraine are trying to get Ukraine are trying to get into the NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and This is what they're saying. This is what Russia's saying. There are no other options left other than the physical elimination of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and his clique. So they've actually put a hit out now on Zelensky, you know, and yeah, that's just causing more tension between Ukraine and Russia. That's still happening right now. So yeah, and the ultimate of it is that, you know, Russia are gonna destroy the West, really, man.
Just a little bit.
They're the ones that are gonna, you know what I mean, bring war to like America and that, you know, with China and Iran. So yeah,
Slovakia, I don't think Russia wants to bring. I think America wants to bring war. When America's losing power,
yeah,
because they're losing power. So when they're losing power, they act like they're innocent and us, but they actually started the war.
yeah, the
against
thing is,
Russia.
Again, that's prophecy, though, isn't it? The what's it? We was talking about it last night. The pride of Esau. You think that these Russians ain't proudful too?
Can't.
You know, now they've got their weapons and stuff like that. They're proud too, man. So it's a really pride against pride, isn't it?
That's right.
You know, but this is Jeremiah 50:29. It says, "Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done, do unto her. For she have been proud against Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel." So yeah, that's Babylon right there. That's the American, that's the Western civilization and what they stand for, man. Everyone's gonna turn against them in the end. And
Right.
that's judgment right there, man. It says, "Do unto her according as what she has done." You know, she's
Was that Jeremiah what?
Jeremiah 50 50 and 29. Yeah, like America, you know, they bombed Japan. What's it? Hiroshima, Nagasaki, or whatever it's called. Do you know what I mean? They had nukes from day. They've been proud, but now the other nations have rose up against her now, man. And that's it. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna happen. Right, so I'll go on to the next one now, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, so the Indian
Wait. You brought out thing, right?
Jeremiah 50:29.
Well, you brought out Gog and Magog, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, go with Revelation. Chapter 20. You brought out Russia, didn't you?
Yeah.
You can't bring out Russia without bringing out prophecy.
Can't.
I'm not saying Jeremiah 50 is prophecy as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, 20, and then go to where it says Gog and Magog. I think it's like 10. It's like 8 or 10.
Yeah, they're 8.
Yeah, sure.
Shall I start?
No, that's it.
Yeah, start at 8. Revelation 20 and verse 8. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth.
Alright, so look, this is the beast, man. Alright, the beast. No, start up.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll start at 6 then, yeah? I'll start at 6. Start at 7, yeah? Alright, Revelation 20 and 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan
When the 1,000 years are expired, right? Satan, go on.
shall be loosed out of his prison.
Shall be loosed out of his prison, man.
Yeah.
Alright, so the 1,000 years, we're within this 1,000 years now. Alright, the 1,000 years have passed.
Now we're within the loosing of the demon out of the prison, man. Alright? Let's call that the Renaissance period or the Dark Ages.
Yeah, yeah.
That's when you have the 1611s, but written by black kings. Alright? This is now we're in the time of when it's loose. These demons are out here. Alright? We call them Edomites, the Caucasians, yeah? Peace and love, brother. Alright? The Caucasians, man. They're out here, right? They're loose. Alright, read. That's why it says, how art thou fallen, O Lucifer, man.
Yeah, which did weaken the nations.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, go on.
Revelation 20 and 8 now, it says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth.
And that's weakening the nations, man. Alright, deceiving the people, giving us that Caucasian Jesus, man.
That's right. That's right.
read
teacher.
These faggot laws and
And
just
it's
turning
batty boy
everything.
vibrations.
Yeah.
Fire, man.
That's right. Gog. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Gog and Magog.
Gog and who?
Gog
and
and Magog.
Gog and who?
Gog and Magog.
Gog and Magog, man. That's talking about the Russians, man. Alright? Read.
To gather them together to battle.
To do what?
To gather them together
to battle.
To what?
To gather them together to battle.
So the Most High, man, is bringing them to gather them together to battle. That's why you got the Vladimir bringing out the Black Jesus,
Khan.
the Madonna.
That's
and
right.
Jesus, man.
That's right.
It's Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, Black Madonna and Child.
Yeah, Black Madonna and Child.
Yeah.
But it's Yahweh Shai, and showing them, look, you guys have been deceiving the nations, man.
That's right.
So Gog and Magog are coming out now. This is prophecy to for him to come out now. And this is the final judgment. This is the battle we're at, man. That's why we're blowing the trumpet. This is us sounding the alarm, man. This is us being wisdom, and this is wisdom and knowledge to be to us to build our faith, man, in these times, man. Because we know everything written in out here is faithful and true, man. And it's, so when we're reading it and seeing it come to play, we know this ain't a Caucasian man book, man. Because the Caucasian, or let's say the Japhetic, the Russian himself, Daniela, come, you're doing way too much. Just leave it here. You're doing too much. Wait, look. So it's
Right,
like,
it's hot. Yeah. Mind you don't knock that.
yeah, so.
So like that.
You should start raining, that's good. Leave it there, so.
So like
The water. No, you're right, it could start raining later on. So yeah, anyway, my thought, train of thought. Basically, what's going on is Gog and Magog, they're getting ready to fight the people. Understand? They're actually getting ready to fight from the valley of Jehoshaphat, man. Where all the nations, and that's what Daniela brought out yesterday, with the river Euphrates. Why it's drying up, so that they can come over to fight. It's dry for a reason. How are you gonna get their tanks and all their things over there to get like it's gonna be a big melting pot of destruction, man.
Right.
There's not gonna be that's why I said there'll be no peace in Jerusalem or in Jehoshaphat until we are there. Because the pastor goes in Ashdod there, man. There's gonna be no peace in our country, in our own.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's our country, man. Right now we're in the other countries in the rhythm of Babylon, man.
That's why it's barren out there.
Exactly. And Jerusalem ain't where they say it. You understand? Because Jerusalem is, like you said, it's meant to be without inhabitants. So they've painted their own, they've made up their own Jerusalem in our lands, man. Alright? But yeah, go on. You finish that verse.
Oh yeah, it says, I'll read it again. So it says, Revelation 20 and 8, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
The number of whom is as the sand of the sea, man.
That's right.
That's talking about Israel, man. Because all of this is all about Israel. All of this, and when they go to battle, they're gonna fight against each other. But at the end of the day, they're gonna say, damn, we need to join our forces together. That's when you're gonna really see them actually try and fight us together. All the nations. It's like when all the Israelites came up against Benjamin.
Yeah.
They're gonna see all the nations come up against Israel.
That's right.
And they're gonna lose, man.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I just wanted to bring that. So yeah, any more, and if you want any more understanding about what Russia's doing today, read Ezekiel, do your homework, Israel. Read Ezekiel 38 and Ezekiel 39. Yeah, and we've done breakdowns on it many times. But yeah, we'll go into it again. Yeah. So these are the times we're in, man. Chapters, reading Jeremiah, reading Isaiah, reading Ezekiel, reading Daniel. It's profitable to read those scriptures like that, man.
Especially in this time.
Especially in these times. Man.
And even if you've got an apocrypha, it's good to start reading the Esdras, man.
Yeah,
Esdras.
exactly.
Start reading those books there, man.
No.
They're gonna tell you, they're gonna show you the things that are happening right now. Even Matthew, read Matthew. Shows you Yahweh showing you the things in Matthew.
Mighty prophet, yeah, the mighty prophet Yahweh.
That's right. Beautiful. So yeah, on the next one, Shalom, King. Shabbat Shalom. So yeah, an Indian Olympic wrestlers clashed with police during sit-in protests in Delhi. The wrestlers alleged they were assaulted and abused by police at a sit-in protest against the president of the country's wrestling federation after he was accused of sexual abuse. So yeah, in India, there's an uproar now. There's an uproar.
India's been had a couple of those, isn't it?
Yeah.
They had one the other day
Yeah.
about the parliament and about the farming.
Yeah.
Remember there was the farming?
Yeah.
Getting nuts about the tractors and all of that.
Yeah.
Come like Jamaica, fam. You know, like who can get the work, who can get the labour and that.
Yeah.
You see, it's the curse is now flipping on them now. They're feeling the pain and suffering that we felt with our ancestors and us now.
Yeah.
It's now flipping on them, so they're quick to complain. And we have to stay in silence because we've got the most high to talk for us.
The one you got. The second episode.
No. You could get
Okay, I can
get that, please.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got one. It's like it's prophecy still. So you know, it's Elam, innit? So Jeremiah 49 and 37, and it says, "For I will cause Elam to be dismayed before their enemy, and before them that seek their life, and I will bring evil upon them, even my fierce anger, saith Yahweh, and I will send the sword after them till I have consumed them." So even Elam, they've got their judgment coming. This could be the start of their uproars, you know, the Most High causing them to be fighting against their own brothers and cause them to, you know what I mean, be mad. And yeah, that's what it is. It's an uproar. Go on, got that one?
Yeah. Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 16. And there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
And every time there's an uproar of the people, they're not regarding their kings and princes. They're not regarding the police, the authorities. They're just going out on a riot, you know. Sometimes it's peaceful, but then it becomes hostile. Because, you know, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai stirs up the spirit in these people to start acting up. Is there more?
Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Yeah, man. Eventually, that's what's going to happen, innit? Men are going to be afraid, innit? Because, you know, people are, all hell's going to start breaking loose, man. You know, countries, when things start literally becoming serious, they're not going to regard their neighbours. You know what I mean? Go on.
A man shall have no pity upon his neighbour,
Yeah, go on.
but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread, and for great tribulation.
See, so eventually they're not going to regard their brothers and sisters, man. They're just going to be in want of bread, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Their labour, isn't it? Remember, for the bread, if you look at bread, what do we say on a slang term? Oh, I'm going to make my bread. Like their money, like their labour.
Get my dough.
I'm going to go get my dough, you know? Like, I'm going to go and sow the field. like if you're speaking spiritually, that means their works, isn't it? Like their farmlands now desolate, all of that. So they're not making their bread. So that's why we need these scriptures for Israel in these times, man. So this is our bread, our milk, our honey, our food, our water, our life. Out these books here, Israel that's watching, and man, you might as well just be with the heathens in the world.
That's right.
Just kind of just
That's right. You may as well just
pine away, man. Just pine away.
Yeah.
So lucky, especially when these bank systems drop, that's their bread. And that's what we're going to see.
The pipeline.
You know, that's what we're going to see carnal out here.
Yeah, I got two more still. So, basically, last week or this Monday that just went, a 31-year-old woman, she might have been an Eve, she might not have been, I don't know, says was walking home from buying a birthday present for her mother, was found with stab wounds in Stockwell Park Walk in Brixton after being attacked from behind by a man detectives believe she did not know just after 4 p.m. So yeah, so a woman, she died, man. She died. She got stabbed in her neck by some, I don't know, he might have been a Ishmaelite or something like that. But yeah, a guy just stabbed her in the neck and she died, man, in Brixton on Monday. So yeah, can you get me Job 4:7? Yeah, Job 4:7. And then yeah.
This is the book of Job, chapter 4 and verse 7.
Go on.
Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?
Yeah, man. So whoever perished being innocent, man.
Even as I have seen, they plow iniquity and sow wickedness, reap the same.
Yeah, man. So, you know, only the Most High knows what this woman was up to, even if the guy that did it, you know, to put the spirit on him to do such a thing. But we know that everything is the Most High's judgment, man. You know, he's in the midst of everything. So it's like, you know, this is of the Most High, isn't it? It's just, it's simple like that. Can you get me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 66? Because like I said, I don't know if she was an Eve and she was of Israelite, you know, descent, but, you know, the Most High tells us, I think in Deuteronomy 30 and 7, that the curses will start to be put upon the other nations. And we can already see that happening anyway. So go on, read that one. Alright, go on, hold that.
Isaiah 28 and verse 18.
Go on.
Your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it.
Yeah.
So like that's a lot. Some people ain't gonna see death until it's the right time, man. You know what I mean? So when the Most High says it's your time, man.
right.
You're gonna know, then you're gonna understand, man.
That's right. Go on, bring that one out. Okay.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 66. And thy life shall hang in debt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life.
Yeah, man, and that's eventually what's going to be happening. Like, come on, it was broad daylight in Brixton on a Monday at 4 p.m. Some guys just come and stabbed someone in the neck, killed her. You know what I'm saying? So this is what's going to happen. People are going to be scared. You know, even the other nations as well, they're going to be scared, man. Their life's going to hang in doubt. There's going to be no assurance. They're going to be looking over their shoulder. And that's what's going to be happening. Go on, King.
Isaiah, do you want to read it? Isaiah 32.
Yeah, I was going to go into that as well. She had a that's another thing. She had a birthday present for her mother. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, that I didn't want to go into it, but yeah, that's off, man. The Most High don't like that. So it's like, that could have been a judgment as well.
We were talking about that last night, about spiritual demons, how they can enter in, man. They can enter in just through your vain, your vanity.
Yeah, exactly. And it would have been a cursed thing as well. Whatever she had would have been a cursed thing. Go on.
Isaiah 32 verse 9.
Yeah.
Rise up, ye women that are at rest.
Ease.
Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto
My spirit.
my many days and years shall ye be troubled. Ye
Trouble.
for the wicked shall the gathering shall not come.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, keep reading.
Tremble, ye women that are
So yeah, what is it? Remember that part. So yeah, man, just saying, look, arise up, man, you careless women, man. Tremble, ye that are at ease, man. Right now, they're at ease, they're at an easy state. Going to parties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She looked at that type as well. The picture.
Slakia.
Yeah, tremble that you women are at ease, man. Careless, man. And then the Most High can just bring an Ishmaelite, come and just stab you in the neck, man.
Yeah, that's it, man.
You don't know what. That's why it
out of
says.
the blue.
That's why that Job 4. You know what I mean? Remember, who really perishes being innocent. The Most High can take you with a blast, man, at any time. That's why it says, if the righteous scarcely be saved, what is it going to be like for those that don't keep the commandments of the Most High, man?
Right.
So yeah, go on. Especially you women, man. Now, what's 11 again? Do that again. What's 11?
Tremble, ye women that are at ease.
Yeah.
But
Be trouble.
be troubled, ye women,
Be careless ones.
careless ones.
And make ye there.
And
Good.
the
Sackcloth.
sackcloth upon your
Loins.
loins.
Ye shall lament.
Ye shall lament for the
Takes.
for the
Pleasant fields.
pleasant field, for the fruitful vine.
Yeah, so they're gonna be upset. They're gonna wanna cry for food. They're gonna wanna cry because they're gonna be at trouble, man.
Yeah.
And that's when it says Isaiah 4, isn't it? 7 women shall come unto one man, man.
Yeah, God.
Because they wanna take away my reproach, man.
That's right.
Of course, there's no one taking away her reproach if she's doing a damn Mother's Day.
Birthday.
I swear it's Mother's Day soon as well.
Possibly, yeah. She would have probably been involved
Doing
in
all
that.
of that,
as well.
doing all of it, man.
You know, maybe, but that's what I'm saying, man. That's what's happening, really, isn't it?
You're meant to honor your father and mother every day you breathe your breath in the world. Every night, every day, every evening, man. You're meant to be honoring your father and mother, not giving her birthday presents because she was born on the day, man.
So
And that's a ritual within itself, a birthday,
And
celebrating
it would have been
birthdays.
a cursed
Pagan,
thing
yeah.
as well. Whatever it was, it would have been a cursed thing.
Job says, let the day wherein I was conceived, let this day perish, man. Consider not this day, man.
this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 3.
Yeah.
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I brought you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. So yeah, man, this is today spiritually Sodom and Egypt, man. So that's a Babylonian custom to hold that. You know, in the Romans, King Herod celebrated his birthday. We don't do that as Israelites. We don't. You know, you acknowledge the years that the Most High gives us and our ages, but we don't celebrate our birthdays like that. Because if that was the case, it wouldn't give us the age of Abraham,
We still
Isaac, and
observed
Jacob.
it, but we didn't.
We didn't hold a ritual.
It's just the additions. So okay, it's just the additions that they've done, where you have to sing like "Happy Birthday," like
Traditions of men.
yeah, traditions of men. We have to like repeat the "Happy Birthday" and then say it 3 times, the person's name, and so.
If we did keep a feast day of birthday, it would be written in Leviticus, man. Chapter
Can't.
23.
23. Yeah.
It'll be there, man.
It'll be there.
But there's a few accounts like of Pharaoh, Herod, and Bacchides. Yeah, that they celebrated their birthday. That was a heathen thing. Yeah, that's not our custom. Like the brother brought out just then. Yeah, from Egypt. Exactly. So yeah. And Job 3:3 says, "Let the day." Job 3 verse 1 says, "After this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day,
And cursed his day.
And Job spake and said, Let the day perish.
Let the day perish.
Wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, There is a man-child conceived."
So yeah, man. Yeah, you know that.
Yeah,
So yeah, even Jeremiah was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
You said in Jeremiah.
This is the book.
Yeah, but you don't have to, but if you want to, bring it up.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 20 and verse 14. Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein I was my mother bare me be blessed.
20 and 14. Yeah, man, that's it on the birthday, really. What's
And it's a bit of a shame because when you're growing up as a child, it's lovely, isn't it? You know what I mean?
That's how they get them, the
It's like,
children.
yeah, it's a bit of a shame for us, man, because that's how they get us, man. But then growing up, and then obviously the children, they got cousins, they got, you know what I mean, relatives, they got the birthday things, and then the family will try and squeeze your children in their birthday parties, you know. They'll try and squeeze them in, and I'm like, yo, my children they're not going to that thing. That's paganism, fam. They're not allowed to be involved or indulging in anyone's birthday, bro. You know what I mean? I'm done. I'm going to anyone's. Come, it's just gonna drink. It's just for the link up. Don't see it as that. No, that's what it is. There's no sugarcoating it down.
That's how it begins, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not
The
going.
draw out. The draw out.
You leave yourself open to the spirits, man, that they're dealing with. That's a spirit in itself, that whole birthday vibe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, last one now. So there's been 2 mass shootings in 2 days in Serbia where such tragedies are rare. The country and surrounding Balkan region into the state of shock. It's saying at least 8 people were killed and 14 wounded after a 21-year-old suspect in a moving car opened fire on passers-by in the town of Belgrade. So he was going around drive-by and he killed literally 8 people and wounded 14. And then the day earlier, a 13-year-old suspect carried out an attack that officials say he had planned for months, killing 8 of his schoolmates and a security guard. A 13-year-old in Serbia. So right now, Serbia's got that spirit of man just going and shooting up places. You get what I'm saying? If you can, Baba Bashar, get the
Spirit of murder.
Yes, the spirit of murder. That's right. 32 and 9. 32 and slow. 32, 39. Deuteronomy.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 39.
Yeah.
See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me.
Yeah.
I kill and make.
what?
I kill,
kill.
Yeah.
and make
Make
alive.
alive.
Yeah.
I wound and I heal.
Yeah.
Neither is there anything can deliver out of my hand.
And that goes with the Samuel, the 1 Samuel 2 and 6. It's like whatever it may be, the Most High is the one that's stirring these spirits up, man. You know what I mean? Whether it's a Edomite or some heathen nation to go and just shoot up his own people, whether it's judgment in the rivers and overflowing floods, it's all the same. It's all of the Most High. Right, you got that? Yeah.
No, do the chum on me. Cry loud, cry loud. 32.
See now that I even am he and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my head.
That's right, man. There's no, you know what I mean? The Most High ordains it, that's what it is, man. And what's it? Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. So I'll leave it on this one. So it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and Yahweh have not done it? So yeah, this is all of the Most High, man. So we're going to give all praises and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Mahar. So yeah, man, the Most High is, you know, showing that He's faithful to His word every time we see these judgments. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, that's it on the news. If anyone's got anything.
Hey yo, and I got a little something. My little brother, man. My little brother in the world. Like my brothers obviously are the ones that fear the Most High, man. But he was tasered by the police, man, and there's been a court case going on about it, where they're trying to get him locked up, man. Right? His name's Imran Mahmood, and it's been on the BBC for a couple of days, man, and on the ITV. And they're trying to get this police officer locked up because they tasered my little brother. Yeah, they tasered your Radan. Not your Radan, but my little brother. They tasered him, and he's paralyzed from the chest down, man. He's in a wheelchair permanently now, man. He's got metal in his back. He's got a piss in a bag and all them things. And doo-doo in a wait for people to help him do. You know, the madness, man. And you'll never be able to play football again, all them things, but still that doesn't take away from the fact what we were saying about whoever perished being innocent, whoever goes through these things being innocent. He was worldly, innit? Let's be real, innit? Brothers worldly, in and out of prison, you know them little brothers on the roads and that. So yeah, man. The whole point of the matter is the Most High done it to him, but he shot him in the back. He was trying to run away. That's why this Imran is getting tried with GBH. You know what I mean? And the court cases, the jury and everything about it. So someone get me the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. And get Psalms 73. Yeah.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 11 and verse 5. And it says, whose possessors slay them
go on.
and hold themselves not guilty.
And that's what he's claiming, man. He's claiming that he's not guilty. He was just doing his job, man. He was just doing his work. Go on.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Yeah, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Read that again, please, King.
So this is Zechariah 11 and verse 5, whose possessors slay them.
So the ones that possess us, man, are the Caucasians, man. alright, or the damn Indians, or the Arabs. These are the people that possess us at this moment, man. Go on.
And hold themselves not guilty.
So as they're killing us in the streets, as they're shooting us and tasering us, they're holding themselves not guilty.
Right.
They're actually saying, this is my job to do that. And they're right. The Most High has used them as a sword against us. That is their job. The Most High has given them a job to slay us. But they actually hold themselves not guilty when they are guilty, man. They're killing us innocently, man. Alright, go on.
That's right. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
So they gain riches off of us, man. We buy everything from them, the Nikes, everything, the earring, the gold, the diamonds from the Jewish people. And they're on our own shepherds. Who's our shepherds? Who's our leaders? Who's the ones holding the staffs and saying, come people, let's keep these commandments. Let's praise the Most High. Our shepherds are drinking Budweisers and smoking down tobacco, man. Our shepherds are out here looking bugged out on the streets, man. And the women are looking at them like, I'd rather listen to my master. And they're not treating, and the women ain't treating the men as how they need to be honored, man. Because we're not being that in these communities as a nation. Even so, we're fighting each other, man. We're killing each other. How are we going to build as even a people if we can't see eye to eye and know who our oppressors are? Right. We're loving the people that hate us and kill us, man. Right. But when they kill us, oh, I'm not guilty, and they get away with it. When our children are going to get shot and we can't say nothing about it because we're too busy getting drunk on the side of the road.
Right.
You understand? It's serious, man. Give me Isaiah chapter 5. Psalm 73. Start verse 5.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73 and verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
So yeah, man, these people, they don't have the situations that we go through. They're not plagued with the same tribulations. The Most High says He's punished us, right, for our iniquities. And He doesn't love all the other families in the world. But we are punished because we don't listen.
That's right. Therefore, pride compulses them about as a chain.
Yeah, they're prideful, right? They don't care about what we do, man. They don't care if we get gunned down in the streets. They're very proudful.
Violence covereth them.
Violence what?
Violence covereth them.
Yeah. Violence covers them, man.
As a garment.
So yeah, like they wear violence. They can't wait to taser us.
That's right.
It's my job. He says I was just doing my job when he wanted to hurt my little brother, man. My little brother's now in the wheelchair. Understand? Because he was running away from the police. No, he's not. We can't say that he's innocent. We know he doesn't keep the commandments like the brothers. You know what I mean? But still, they're gonna do it anyway. They persecuted the prophets, man. They were innocent as well. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come for us, man. So we need to know that we're brothers, we're Emmanuel, man. You know that? Right. Same people. But we're not the same as them. We ain't got the same. Not the same blood as them. Not the same blood. Not the same blood. We have the same blood, not them.
I understand that.
Okay.
I'm not doing with you in everything you want. But I have a conviction. My conviction is everybody must be the same.
No. Read. You're not telling me 7 and 6.
No. I'm giving you bad.
No, come here, listen. Come here, no, listen.
I understand everything you
didn't. If you understand, you wouldn't have said that. If you understand, you wouldn't have said that. So listen.
In the Bible say, in another
One sec.
say, different like this.
Brother, stop turning.
Different like this.
Let's go. Read, listen.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Read it.
For thou art an holy people.
For we are what?
Thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
He's chosen us to be a what?
A special people.
So there's one people different to the other people, man. There are special people. Let's read.
Unto himself.
Unto himself.
above all people.
Above what?
Above all people.
So is one
No,
people
no.
above
You
all
want to
people?
repeat. Oh,
Read,
you
read,
want to
read.
repeat what
Upon
God
the face
said.
of the earth.
Upon the what?
Upon the
He
face
said.
of the earth.
So look, man, I don't see here where it says that we're the same, bro, and we're all the same. He says these people are above all the other people that are upon the face.
Until he said, he himself.
Give me Isaiah chapter 40. I'm
Until he said,
read that. Isaiah 40 and 15.
he not for outside.
Brother,
You
come
said.
into the camera. You got already undershot. Read.
I come back.
Wait.
I have to play God to him.
Read.
Amigo, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
The other nations, they're like a drop that falleth from a bucket. You see, like if you spill a bit of your beer, are you gonna lick it off the ground? No. Read.
And are counted as the small dust of the balance.
So they're counted as small dust of the balance.
I know it. He depends.
Behold, he taketh
How you
up
know?
the owl as they were very little.
So yeah, he treats them very little, man. So you are not God. God says these people are nothing, and Israelites, brother, we are something. We are better than them. So don't disrespect God, man. He says we can't even make
I don't
marriages.
say that you are wrong, but it's my conviction, you know, on the death dust.
Brother, God says we can't even sleep with their women.
Yes, sir.
We have to keep with our own women. That's how better we are than them. You understand? You know that, brother? You know what happened to Samson? Samson, his locks got chopped off by these girls, man. Yeah, where are they? Where are they? Understand? Brother, fear the Most High, man.